What's up guys, Mickle here, and in this video we're going to be talking all about a Ripple SEC settlement. For those of you who have been watching this channel for a while now, you would know that I am fully convinced that this case will end in a settlement. Now, just the other day, a YouTuber in the XRP community by the name of Jungle Inc. actually put out a very interesting prediction for when he thinks the settlement is going to take place. Guys, in this video, I want to break down this prediction, let you guys know what I think is on the money, what I think is a little off. Guys, I am still fully convinced this case will go to a settlement, but I want to break down when we need to see this settlement by, because guys, if we do not get a settlement by this certain date, this case is going to go the distance. Guys, in this video, we're going to break down everything we need to see for a settlement to take place, so make sure to stick around for this whole thing. Guys, we also see the SEC ramping up their enforcement actions. In this video, I'm going to go over the 3 new projects the SEC is going after. We're going to talk about why the SEC might have chosen to go after these 3 projects specifically. And guys, we're also going to go over some pretty bullish Ripple and XRP news. I know with all this SEC drama, it's really easy to lose focus of the big picture. But guys, you need to understand that the SEC is just a small regulator in the United States. And no matter what comes out of this case, Ripple is going to dominate our future financial system. Guys, we're going to go over that. Make sure to stick around for this whole thing. This is all very important to see. Like always, guys, for those of you who have been subscribed to this channel, thank you so much. And for those of you who watch these videos daily but have not subscribed yet, please consider it. It really goes such a long way in helping to support this channel, and it really does mean so much to me. If you guys are ever looking for a good place to buy some XRP, even if you live in the United States, make sure to check out the link in the description of this video. With that said though, guys, let's jump right into it, and I hope you enjoy the content. Real quick, guys, MOO-MOO is slowly becoming one of my favorite places to buy and sell stocks. MOO-MOO is a regulated exchange with a great interface. MOO-MOO is also running an excellent promotion this month, where if you sign up with MOO-MOO using the link in the description of this video and deposit only $1, you'll win 7 free stocks. Each one of these stocks could be worth up to $3,000. So guys, do not miss out on this. Go to the link in the description of this video and sign up with MOO-MOO now. So guys, I wanted to start this video out and talk about some of the newest projects the SEC is choosing to go after and why the SEC might be going after these projects. Earlier this week, we actually got a report out of CoinDesk that the SEC is now questioning Grayscale over Grayscale's decision to hold XLM, ZEC, and ZEN. So XLM is obviously Stellar Lumens, ZEC is Zcash, and ZEN is one I actually have not heard of, but I thought it was pretty interesting because when we scroll down and look at some of the things in the comments of this post, we can see that the ZEN token actually got a rating of 1 on the lowest risk of being a security, which is the same as Bitcoin. XLM and Zcash had a slightly higher score, but I think what's very important to point out here is that what the SEC considers a security is in no way in line with what different people in the retail market are considering securities. As we can see right here, different tokens like the Horizon token, which I don't even know much about, but it's very clear that a lot of different people in the crypto community did not see the SEC going after this token. It was rated as the lowest risk of being a security alongside Bitcoin, which we all know there's zero chance that Bitcoin is a security. What this really shows is that nothing about current securities laws as applying to crypto is clear at all. The SEC tries to make this thing seem like it's all plain and simple. What's a security should be common knowledge to everyone. But the fact of the matter is if you ask 10 different people working at the SEC which cryptocurrencies in the top 10 are securities and which ones are not, you are very likely to get 10 different answers. The SEC has not provided any clear standards for what cryptocurrencies constitute as securities and which one does not, and that's why we're currently in this mess in the Ripple SEC case. The SEC is trying to say that it is clear and obvious that XRP was a security since 2013, despite the fact that everything the agency did made everyone in the retail market think it is not a security. If anything, the SEC going after these 3 drastically different cryptocurrencies just proves that the SEC has no clear and reliable standard for what constitutes as a security in the United States and makes this look more like a power grab than anything else. The SEC is clearly just going after different projects now to try to maintain their power over the cryptocurrency market because they see themselves losing a lot of power to the CFTC. Now, unfortunately for the SEC, but very fortunately for us, it does look like our government is getting ready to hand over power of the cryptocurrency market to the CFTC. I think our government just understands that the SEC is too corrupted to handle this new emerging asset class. And if the SEC is given power over this asset class, they're just going to kill the innovation. To me, the SEC going after these three new assets is just another last-ditch effort for them to try to get a beneficial ruling in the court to try to convince our government that they should have power over this industry. I do think this is going to fail, though, because this just seems like another lawsuit that the SEC doesn't have any facts on their side for. So, guys, now I want to move on and talk about where the current Ripple SEC case stands and where I think this case is going. So for those of you who follow this channel, you know that I have thought this case was going to settle for a while now, but there really hasn't been a clear reason for this case to settle on any particular date. Well, Jungle Inc. actually put a tweet thread on Twitter where he breaks down why he thinks this case will end at the end of September via a settlement, and I want to break down why, if we do not see a settlement by September, then this case is likely going the distance. Well, Jungle Inc. actually put on Twitter, settlement will come in September, requiring all future sales of XRP by Ripple to be used for utility in ODL or registered with the SEC. And the reason he actually thinks this case is going to end in September is actually because September, the last day of September, is the last day of the SEC's fiscal year. And he thinks that if the SEC is going to wrap up this case and choose to settle it, then they will do so in September. Now, I completely agree with him on this date. I think that if the SEC actually wants to be done with this case, then they are going to end this thing in September. It doesn't make any sense for the SEC to keep pushing this case out further if they're eventually going to settle, because at the end of their fiscal year, they get their budget for the next fiscal year, and that's going to determine the next projects they're going to go after. If the SEC already understands that they're losing the Ripple SEC case pretty badly, it only makes sense for them to cut their losses as soon as possible, take the settlement, and move on to the next case. So therefore, I'm going to be watching the end of September very closely. Now, I still do think this case is going to settle, so I would assume that this case would settle at the end of September if it was going to settle. Now, if it does not settle at the end of September, I think it is highly probable that this case is going to go the distance. Now, I would be completely shocked if this case did go to the distance, because thus far in this case, Ripple has been kicking the SEC's butt. We have not seen the SEC win a major ruling in a long time now, and it's so hard for me to think that different people at the SEC could actually think it would be a good idea to continue this case. The SEC is going to lose out on some very significant case law that could cause them other cases in the future, and the fact of the matter is, Ripple is not a scam company. Ripple is not a company that was purposely breaking the law. So it doesn't make sense to me for the SEC to lose all this case precedent trying to go after a company like Ripple who has been trying to do the right thing this entire time. Now, obviously, we have no idea what's going to happen here, but my prediction is that the SEC would settle in September on the last day of the fiscal year. This would allow them to maximize their funds to go after different cryptocurrency companies that are actually trying to scam investors and not a company that has been trying to do the right thing since day one. Now, I thought the second part of Jungle Inc.'s settlement prediction was actually very interesting, and that was that all future sales of XRP by Ripple that are not for ODL-related purposes need to be registered to the SEC. Now, I saw a lot of people getting pretty mad about this, and you guys need to understand this would not be a bad thing. If Ripple just needs to register their sales of XRP in the future, that does not mean XRP is a security. Actually, what Jungle Inc. is pointing out here is that if this was the agreement between Ripple and the SEC, this would actually make the XRP you and I own not a security. All Ripple would have to do is, if they want to sell XRP in the future, they would have to go to the SEC and say, hey, by the way, we're going to be selling 1 million XRP onto the market, because that does not mean our XRP is a security. That just means that when Ripple sells XRP to the market, that sale is a securities transaction. Now, this would actually be an ideal scenario and would not be bad for us at all. This would mean that the XRP you and I own is a commodity, because when we sell XRP, that XRP has nothing to do with Ripple. And honestly, this to me really seems like the way it should go. I understand if the SEC wants to take a bite out of this market, and if Ripple does have to give up a tiny bit, like registering certain sales with the SEC, Who cares? The only thing we really need is for secondary sales of XRP not to be a security. So in terms of the second part of this settlement prediction, I really do think Jungle Inc. might be spot on here, and I really do think this is an avenue this case could settle in. So guys, I want to finish this video off and show you guys an excellent clip that Riz XRP tweeted out earlier today, because guys, I think what this is really going to do is really just break down for you how insignificant the SEC really is in the grand scheme of things. Guys, this video is going to make you so confident in XRP for the long term, and I just think it's something that everyone needs to see, so listen up very closely to this.
Crypto is about replacing the centralized banking system with networks that allow user control versus bank CEO control. The crypto assets that have prices are more like internet stocks. It's more like you bet on Google if you think there's going to be high internet traffic, and you short Google if you think people are going to go back to the post office, right? But it's not that Ethereum or Ripple or anything else is trying to replace the US dollar. It's trying to replace a system of transmitting value, and we'll talk a lot more about that. So for me, the prices are not that relevant any more than Google's volatility is, and in the early days of Google,
and the protocols make it work. The people who really understand what's going on with digital currencies understand that putting these protocols in place, the blockchain protocol, the Ethereum protocol, the Ripple protocol, the Ripple protocol, the Ripple protocol, and then enabling those protocols to cause transactions to occur. And then those transactions can be defined very broadly as not just moving things of value, but anything that's got an information content, is extraordinarily transformative. The focus on the value of the token is distracting and
Isn't it funny that it seems like no one is allowed to say the words XRP? Maybe it's a coincidence. Maybe it's a coordinated plan to keep us out. Either way, though, guys, understand what you own. XRP will change our financial system. Guys, thank you so much for coming. I hope everyone had a great weekend. Make sure to like and subscribe if you're still here. And for now, Mickle out.